Good morning, Brownsville. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this feed. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Frankie Olivo. Our platform focuses on the very important issues that are affecting our community. We stream this live feed on Facebook and on YouTube. Now, we have been voicing the concerns of legitimate instances where people in leadership positions have been turning a blind eye as of late. All the attention and all eyes are currently on the city of Brownsville and, more importantly, on Rivera High School. We use our platform to give voice to the victims. If this is something that you could see yourself being a part of, we ask of you that you comment, like, and share this live feed. Now, what we do is not easy. Currently, right now, we're going up against one of the biggest school districts south of San Antonio with $500 million budget. I have talked about openly how corruption is rampant in our city and in our school district. I have called out individuals by their names and said that they have either preyed, groomed children, or have turned a blind eye. I am being targeted. I'm okay with that. It is my mission to shed light and to bring justice to victims. Now, if you are really about the cause, if you really want to support and stand together and put up a fight against one of the biggest school districts south of San Antonio, I humbly ask of you to go to my YouTube page and subscribe. We could be found under Frankie Olivo TV. Once again, to my community, I will fight. I will stick my neck out. I would never ask you for money. I will never ask you for food. Well, depending if you make a mean dish. But all I ask of you is to go to my YouTube page and subscribe. We could be found under Frankie Olivo TV. Good morning, chat. Happy Friday. How we doing? How you doing? Memorial Day weekend. It should be a great day today. I will be sending nothing but positive vibes your way, and I hope you do the same to me. Lately, I feel as if there's been a lot of energy, negative energy. But again, I find great pride in knowing that, hey, there is someone out there that is calling these people pieces of crap to their face. Yesterday, I did receive a phone call from a fellow constituent. I wanted to let my community know I am very open. I am very transparent. I encourage you, if you think that I am doing something wrong, if maybe I can change things, I'm all ears. I'm a person that is open to suggestions, criticism, constructive criticism, or heck, any criticism at all. I know I'm not perfect, but I strive to be. I want to be the very best. And that individual that called me yesterday was saying, hey, you blab on too much. It took you 20 minutes to get to the point. In my defense, I told them, well, it's like painting a masterpiece. You have to start off slow, and little by little, the artist gives his audience the full picture. Now, again, if you think that I could need some help, I'm all ears, and I'm very thankful to that individual that called me. And I did before I hung up, I did say, I hope to hear from you again. I am all ears. And I repeat myself a lot. Public speaking 101 is you introduce what you're going to talk about in the intro. The meat and the bones is your subject matter. And then whenever you conclude, you bring it all around and you repeat it again. I grew up with a stuttering problem, which I think I've mastered it already. But if I repeat myself, I apologize. Again, I am not perfect. But if this is something that my community is asking of me to give a better product, I am all willing to listen. So once again, thank you so much to those individuals that have reached out. And again, I'm not one of those people that will shut you down. So to that individual, I appreciate your phone call, and I hope that's not the first and last time we speak. Again, I am all ears, ladies and gentlemen. So Thank you so much for reaching out because I really genuinely want to provide great information. I care about Brownsville. I want a better quality of life. I feel as if our politicians, those in leadership positions, have turned a blind eye to us, the community, and only come back to us whenever it's time for election. So again, if there is something uh, that I can do to perfect my craft, trust me, I'm all ears. So thank you once again to my community for giving me this amazing opportunity to come before you. So I will be expecting many phone calls to come. So thank you so much for your time, your attention. With that being said, let's start with today's program.
That meeting is to possibly censure Minerva Pena. She's already facing criminal charges. She was charged last week with nepotism. That's a Class C violation of the Texas State Code. Pena is accused of having a role in the school district's hiring of her daughter-in-law as a teacher. She's currently out on bond. Channel 5 News' Stephanie Rosales is at that meeting and will let you know what happens.
Now, again, today we'll be talking about Miss Minerva Pena. And before I start with today's show, we have dedicated ourselves to make sure that this platform is for the voice of the people. I am no way, shape, or form going to use this to weaponize, to bully, to intimidate, to harass. That is not my job. We take we take the seriousness of this mic, and we feel as if we can make a positive change. If we see with what's going on lately, everybody seems to know who Frankie Olivo is and Good Morning Brownsville. And for that, I am very thankful for. The interesting thing about this is that I don't want you to think that I have personal vendettas, that I'm using this microphone to belittle, to attack people. By no means, ladies and gentlemen, we have spoken against Carlos Elizondo, who have used a fake Facebook profile, Jasmine Reyes, that has disseminated hate, that has caused fear in employees of the district. We give our face to our community. We do not want you to think that today's program, that we are bullying somebody, that we are trying to intimidate somebody, that we're trying to belittle somebody. By no means. I think you have an idea of what Good Morning Brownsville is about, and if you don't, let me refresh your memory. We stand up to bullies. We stand up for injustices. We give voice to the victims. We empower our victims. We call out politicians when we feel as if they are not doing their job. That is my role in life. That is my role before you. That is why I humbly ask of you to tune in Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. I will never, ever use this mic to belittle someone. I will never, ever use this mic to intimidate, to harass, to bully. By no means. We stand up to bullies. Now, why am I talking about a board member, a female board member? Well, that female board member has turned a blind eye to what is going on. Again, I have openly talked about how Carlos Elizondo is manipulating the people, how Carlos Elizondo has been using a fake Facebook profile to hate. So by no means are we talking about Ms. Minerva Pena today because of what is going on. Now, today's show, or this case, involves allegations that Miss Pena helped her then daughter-in-law secure a teaching job at Veterans Memorial Early College High School, which violated the state's nepotism laws and which Minerva Pena stated that it never happened. The daughter-in-law later passed away. Today, I'll be making my case why I feel that Minerva Pena is a piece of crap. Again, I'm not doing this for clout, for fame, to cause her to no, that is not my job. My job is simply to bring information because at the end of the day, she's a politician. She has been in politician for many, many years. I'm having some technical difficulties bringing up some pictures. And if you're not well aware, they're trying to take down our Facebook page. They're making reports. So again, if you can, go to YouTube. There might be a possibility that you might not find us on Facebook anymore. So go to YouTube. I'm having difficulty bringing up the pictures. But nonetheless, I will be posting them shortly after the show. Now, on Tuesday, there was a special call board meeting. There was a budget committee and a special call board meeting where they discussed the likes of the termination of the recently arrested Rivera coach. They terminated his employment. And also the executive session, the executive meeting, the special call board meeting was to discuss the contract of Superintendent Chavez's contract. Now, I spoke publicly and made an outcry that during intermission of those two meetings that I was threatened with my life. That Carlos Elizondo, during intermission, said that he wanted to mess me up. Me quería fregar. And he did a signal with his finger. And that he got into the lounge of the BISD boardroom to a point to where only him and I were looking at each other. No one else from the public was able to see, from my understanding. While he was there, he said, Albert Erasmo, you're going to need help. Now, why would an individual that knows very well that my beloved uncle and predecessor passed away a few months ago, why would he be saying that? I took that as a threat on my life. I took that he's going to do something to me. That is why I made a post on Facebook that I did not take lightly, but I did it to make a report, for it to be known, because desperate people resort to desperate measures. Carlos Elizondo knows very well what's coming. He knows that he is behind that fake Facebook page. He knows that he is in the wrong. But again, that is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. The type of individual that uses his position to cause fear, to cause hate. So during Tuesday's board meeting, Carlos Elizondo, I started recording him because he did threaten me. So while I was recording him, and again, I'm having trouble bringing up the pictures for whatever reason. Let me try once more. Technical difficulties. Yeah, it's not going through. Oh well, I'll post them shortly after. After I called out Carlos Elizondo and stated that he did threaten me, I started recording for my own safety, and also because, there we go. Also because I wanted to be known that, hey, this man threatened me, a person in an authoritative figure. And I recorded him throughout the show. But what bothered me, ladies and gentlemen, was that Miss Minerva Pena started taunting me. She was laughing at me. Now, this is an individual who is a seasoned politician. We're talking about 16, possibly going on 20 years that she has served on the board. She, of all people, knows the type of person that Carlos Elizondo is. He's volatile. He's a hothead. He's a loose cannon. And also, why was she so bothered with me recording the board meeting? As a politician, she should be used to this, of being behind the camera. It's not like if I was doing to harass them. At the end of the day, this is a public forum. This is a public setting. I want to make it very clear once again, and my friends are going to laugh at me. You repeated yourself. My job isn't to bully somebody. My job isn't to antagonize, to cause fear. No, we stand up to bullies. And if this individual is taunting a community member that has legitimate concerns about what is going on at Rivera High School, that has called out the names of Farley, Tom Chavez, Norma Jean, Obed Leal, Carlos Elizondo, Cindy Elizondo, Macias, Trujillo, and all the other predators, she should be concerned. She was well aware at that meeting that Carlos Elizondo threatened me. I made a public outcry. And what does she resort to do? She resorted to taunt me. Oh, you want to record me? Okay, well, I'm going to record you. Really, ma'am? You are a public figure on a very public forum. A community member has raised legitimate concerns. And he went live. Frank Oliva went live for his own protection, to show the community what we're dealing with. And you want to taunt me? Okay. Two can play at that game then. Again, I don't bully, ladies and gentlemen, but my family taught me. Maybe it's a Mexican thing. I don't know. You tell me. But my family taught me, if somebody hits you, you better hit them back. And you better hit them back 10 times harder. Why? Because if you do not do nothing about it, that person will do it again, and they'll do it again, and they'll do it again until they hurt you. There's a saying that goes, el valiente va hasta el cobarde lo deja. If we don't step our foot down, the bullies will continue to bully. We stand up to bullies, ladies and gentlemen. So by Miss Minerva Pena, knowing what I have stated, knowing that I've called out these individuals, knowing that I made serious allegations against her fellow colleague on that board, that he threatened me with my life, she is laughing at me. Ladies and gentlemen, if they do this to me, who has a microphone that is watched and listened by thousands of people, what leads us to believe that what they're going to do to regular mom and pop? Something to consider. Because at the end of the day, these individuals, they don't care. They get in that position and it's all about them. It's all about greed. So again, very clear, I am not a bully. I will never use this mic to weaponize, to target, to harass, by no means. But we will stand up to bullies. We will stand up to those politicians that laugh in our face and say, you're nothing, you're nobody. No, we mean business. So again, board member Minerva Pena, you want to antagonize a community member? You want to taunt a community member that is recording a public forum that was threatened with his life? And you want to laugh about that, ma'am? Okay, well, we'll see about that. Again, today we'll be talking about allegations that Miss Pena, board member Pena, helped her then daughter-in-law secure a teaching job. This is against the law. That's called nepotism. But the interesting thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that Miss Minerva Pena, she denied it. She said it never happened. She never persuaded nobody. She never told nobody to hire her daughter-in-law. And we're talking about a young lady, I don't know, in her early 20s maybe, a beautiful young woman. Miss Minerva Pena goes on to say that she had nothing to do with BISD hiring her daughter-in-law, who supposedly was not her daughter-in-law, and that she left all the hiring decisions to then Superintendent Rene Gutierrez and his administration. Now, if I can paint a picture for you, ladies and gentlemen, this was a time during COVID. And again, who can forget COVID? COVID, it was a lot of uncertainties beginning back in March 2020. Well, the school board, they had to delegate authority to hire and fire teachers to Superintendent at that time, Rene Gutierrez. Why? Because They had to give them flexibility in running the district. Hiring the teachers became very important, because as worse as the pandemic it was getting very difficult to get teachers in the classroom. There was a lot of deaths going on. So during a board meeting, ladies and gentlemen, there was a discussion and consultation with council concerning possible resolutions to censor Trustee Minero Pena and to issue referral to the Cameron County District Attorney's Office for nepotism. Six of her colleagues agreed to censor Ms. Pena. Six of her colleagues agreed that this allegations that they should be sent up to the District Attorney's Office. Now, these are very serious allegations. Nepotism runs rampant in BISD. If you haven't known already, if you haven't been paying attention, look at the Atkinson family. They've been in power for so many years. They've been sucking on the tit that is BISD. They've ransacked and pillared and pillaged the BISD village, and they have gotten fat off of the district's money. Corruption is rampant in BISD, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed already. Now, Ms. Pena did censor herself, but the interesting thing about this is that she stated that her daughter-in-law was not her daughter-in-law anymore. I want to show you an article that was published by the Brownsville Herald, now titled My RGV. And in that article, I want to bring up, let me know, chat, when it's up. I'm having I don't know, it's a Friday or what. Let me see. I want to bring up an article. Okay. I'm up on the screen. Hey, production, am I good? Am I good? All right, we're good. Thank you so much. Okay. RGV, my Rio Grande Valley RGV. Now, the Brownsville Herald, they did have an article regarding this nepotism charge in which Minero Pena was charged with. And in that article, it talks about how, about the allegations, that she was heartbroken, that she would even, be accused of this crime, and that she has served the district since 2008, and she did everything by the law. But I want to talk about what Ms. Minero Pena told the Herald. Now, I hope you can see the yes, okay, we're good. Okay. Right here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to read what it says. Earlier in the comments to the Brownsville Herald, Minero Pena characterized the allegations as not being correct. She's stating, I did nothing wrong. I am being falsely accused, and it could be verified that I did nothing wrong. So she's saying, hey, I'm being charged with this, but this is wrong. I did nothing wrong. The article goes on to state, Pena said then that one item concerned the hiring of her former daughter-in-law as a teacher at Veterans Memorial Early College High School. That woman later passed away. That young lady, well, we'll be talking about that momentarily. But that lady passed away shortly after this transpired. Now, again, goes on to read, Pena said she had nothing to do with the BISD hiring of her then daughter-in-law. Look what she says, ladies and gentlemen. Look what this piece of crap says. Who later, Pena said she had nothing to do with the BISD hiring of her then. Then means former. Then means in the past. Why? Because according to Minerva Pena's statement to the Herald, she states that she divorced her son, that there was no marriage, that she did nothing wrong because they were divorced. And she said that as a board member, she always left his hiring decisions to the superintendent and his administration, as required by law. So again, the board censored Minerva Pena. The board accuses Minerva Pena of serious allegations, nepotism, of using her position to give a family member a job. That is against the law. And Minerva Pena, I just showed you, went on the record and she states that is false. I categorically deny all these allegations. I did nothing wrong. To the point that she denied the relationship of her son and her former daughter-in-law. What a piece of crap that is. Now, it got to the point, ladies and gentlemen, that she made this serious allegation and she said, hey, I'm being falsely accused. I did nothing wrong. My son is no longer with that woman. They got divorced. I'm being charged for something that I didn't do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it came through that the Cameron County District Clerk's Office, because of the confusion that this brought upon, that they submitted a Cameron County document that stated that they could not find any records of these two individuals, her son and her daughter-in-law, ever getting a divorce. Now, again, why would Miss Minerva Pena say something like that? She was trying to save her own skin. She knew what she did. She knew that she told people to get a job, to get her daughter a job. Now, Miss Minerva Pena, you of all people, ma'am, know what Carlos Elizondo is all about, and you're currently still on that sinking ship with him. You tried, you got your daughter that job. Oh, and speaking of jobs, Pedro Cárdenas, Gustavo de León, juegue la fría. Truchas, porque Helen Ramírez no quiere hacer lo que le están pidiendo. A Carlos se lo van a enchorizar. Tarde o temprano, él sabe lo que viene. No quiero hablar de ese tema, solamente voy a decir esto. Helen no quiere hacer lo que le están pidiendo. Todos estamos viendo y sabemos. Es mejor evitar eso. Ustedes saben muy bien de lo que hablo. Y no voy a hablar de esto. Nunca más. ¿Ok? Gracias. Ms. Minerva Pena denied having a relationship with this woman. She stated that she wasn't her daughter-in-law. They got a divorce. So the county released documents that stated, hey, we have no records of this. We don't know what's going on. So who's lying? Is it Cameron County District Clerk's Office lying? Or is Minerva Pena lying? Which is it? Minerva Pena, ladies and gentlemen, lied to Brownsville. She stated that her daughter-in-law was not married to her husband. I have the document. But again, I'm having technical difficulties. They're trying to take down the page, ladies and gentlemen. They really are. I will not be silenced. And in this document, it shows that, hey, Laura Perez Reyes, I'm going to read from it. It's an affidavit of no record that was released by District Clerk's Office of Cameron County, Ms. Laura Perez Reyes. She states, I, Laura Perez Reyes, clerk of the district courts in and for Cameron County, do hereby certify that I have checked the district court's records for the family cases from 1980 to September 9th, 2021, and do not find any divorce records for the following parties: Christopher Pena and, I'll leave the young lady's name out of it, and testimony of which witnessed my hand and seal of said court and office in Brownsville, Texas, on this 9th day of September 2001. Miss Laura Perez Reyes was forced to release this document because Minerva Pena was saying that the district attorney had it wrong. She was saying that her colleagues on the board got it wrong. So who lied? Minerva Pena lied. She's a piece of crap. She denounced the relationship that her son had with his wife, her daughter-in-law, all to save her skin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sad to report that that young lady committed suicide. She was fired. They gave Minerva Pena the option. Look, you're going to be charged with this. You're a public servant. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Resign or we fire her. You pick. And what does she do? She said, I'm not going to resign. For what? Really? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I love what I do. I'm very passionate about coming before you. I'm trying to continue the legacy of my beloved predecessor. And I love my brothers. I love my mother. I'll take a bullet for them. I hope they know that. I'll do anything possible to make them happy. I'll do anything possible to make sure that they're successful. And if there's some way in which I can help my brothers and my mother, I'm going to do it. If it ever came to a point to where they said, Frankie, you either get off Good Morning Brownsville or your brothers and your family are going to get it. I'm gone, ladies and gentlemen, because to me, the most important thing in life is my brothers, is my mother. I love y'all, but if that means that I have to protect my family, I'm going to do it because family is everything. That's all we have in this world. I will give this up for them, for their safety, for their well-being. Minerva Pena is a piece of crap. She chose to stay on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, she is 60 years of age. She has lived her life. She has been in politics for 20 years. And she chose to remain on the school board? She needs that title for what? To feel better about herself? Really? She chose power. She chose greed. She chose a school board that is insignificant when we compare that to our family. And she said, I am not going to resign. Guess what happens? The young lady took her husband's firearm. I'm not sure if he's a customs agent, if he's a border patrol agent. She took her husband's firearm and she took her life. It's sad when individuals resort to that. If there's anybody that you know that is dealing with issues, that is going through depression, that is sad, let them know it's going to be okay. Let them know that life is beautiful, that there are people that care for her, that we will get through this. But this young lady was embarrassed because her own mother-in-law turned her back on her. Her own mother-in-law chose power, a position of power, to make herself feel important. This young lady committed suicide shortly after she was fired, a few days after she was fired. Can you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen? Again, if you know somebody that is dealing with this, if you yourself are dealing with it, contact 988. It is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Now, we understand that life's challenges can be difficult sometimes. Whether you're facing mental health struggles, emotional distress, alcohol, or drug use concerns, it's going to be okay. We can get through this. I always find a soft place in my heart for individuals that are dealing with things. Life is hard. Life is difficult. It's nothing but pain, nothing but misery. And we think that those individuals that we call family are going to be there for us, and they're going to help us, and they're going to guide us. And if there's anything that they can do, they will do it for us. That's not the case with Minerva Pena. We have an individual that is power hungry, that she chose to have her daughter-in-law fired because she was not going to give up her seat. You see what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen? The mindset of these individuals. They've gone to a point to where that position is everything. That defines them. Ladies and gentlemen, I will humbly ask of you, if I ever run for politics again, I humbly ask of you to consider me to be your representative. But best believe that does not define me. I do not need a position to let the world know. To let the world know who I am. People know me. I don't need a title. If I'm doing great things with limited resources and with this mic, imagine what we can do if we get elected to the school board. Imagine if we have that position. I don't need it, ladies and gentlemen. We're causing waves. We're doing great things. This mic is very powerful. I know you've realized that. But imagine the great things that we can do if we are in that position. Have the resources of a $500 million entity. YPDZ says, what option did the people have for the position between Minerva and Marisa? Again, the community decided. Do we choose Minerva Pena, who lied about her relationship with her daughter-in-law, who said that her son and her former daughter-in-law got a divorce, which she lied? What bothers me, ladies and gentlemen, about Miss Minerva Pena is that all she talks about is God and the power of God and the blood of Christ and, oh, God, 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 God. Well, the blood of her daughter-in-law is all over her hands. She is the culprit, the main reason why that young lady took her life. That pisses me off. because that was a beautiful young lady, an intelligent, a bright young woman. She did not deserve to be treated that way. She was a beautiful soul, starting out her career as an educator. Imagine the guilt that she felt. Imagine the way she felt. She was depressed, ladies and gentlemen. She was sad to the point where she couldn't take it no more. And she took her life with her husband's gun. And Minerva Pena says that she's all about God, that the blood of God, shut the hell up, you piece of crap. Because of you, somebody lost their life. You mean to tell me that politics is more important than the life, than the livelihood of a young, beautiful woman? Are you serious? You're despicable. I'd spit in your face if I was allowed to. How dare you come out and talk about God and the blood of God? The blood of that young lady is all on your hands. God will punish you. God will call your name on the day of judgment, and he will be, I hope he comes down on you. You lived your life, man. You have a business. You have, you were a former trooper. You lived your life. You've done things already. And you needed to be on that school board for what? For attention? For clout? Really? Is that what this is about? People run for office to feel better about themselves? To say, hey, I'm part of a school board. That is sad. That's very sad. Very sad. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I love what I do. I'm passionate about what we do. But I learned from a great master, and he told me, you always protect your family. Erasmo Castro, shortly after he was charged with DWI, he resigned from the board. If you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, BISD is corrupt. And they told Erasmo, if you don't get off that board, we're going to go after your family. And he stated openly. He said, you know what? It was my mistake. I owned up to it. My family has nothing to do with this. He protected his family, and he resigned from that school board because Erasmo Castro does not need a seat on that school board to be somebody. He was somebody before he got on the school board, and he was somebody after. It's mind-boggling, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I love what I do. I'm passionate about what we do. But if there ever comes a point to where my family is at risk, or if maybe I need to take a step back so my family could succeed, so my family could benefit from it, I will do it. I hope my brothers and my mother know that I will take a bullet for them. I'll fight for them. And if I have to stay back, if I have to take a step back and let them, I will gladly do it. Minerva Pena didn't. And even after the fact, she lied about it, ladies and gentlemen. She lied, and she said, she's not my daughter-in-law. I do not know what you're talking about. Isn't this a person that claims that she is godly, holier than whole? She talks about the blood of Christ. Go through her page, her Facebook page. All she talks about is God, 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 God. What does she have to say about her being responsible for her daughter-in-law taking her own life because her own mother-in-law wouldn't step off the board for her? That's despicable, ladies and gentlemen. When I said that I will be talking about Minerva Pena, la pinguina, I said, I will tell you, I will show you what a piece of crap she is. She needs a position on that school board to make herself feel relevant. We don't, ladies and gentlemen. We have a mic. We have a platform. We're listened by thousands of people in Brownsville. And I'm very thankful and I'm very humbled by it. I will never let this get to my head. I have a great support team that brings me down to the ground whenever I think I'm cool. I'm not. I'm very humble. We grew up with modest means. I know what I'm capable of. But I know that my community is watching. And I will forever be indebted to you because you gave an opportunity to Erasmo Castro. You let him be your champion. I am very thankful for that. I will always be indebted to the city of Brownsville for that. Everyone knows what he meant to me, what he means to me. I'm very thankful, Brownsville, for that. Trish Ann says, I'm sorry, but this implication is unreal. Sex, lies, and self-harm affiliated by BISD board members and or coaches. I just can't believe it. In a city of almost 200,000 citizens, and the only one who knows or brings this to light is you. Just you, Frankie. No freaking way any of this is plausible. Where are those criminal charges? Inconceivable. I am not sure if I should be mad or if I should be sad. I have a soft spot in my heart. We all should, for individuals that deal with mental illness. It's very real. Many people resort to all sorts of things to get by in life. They resort to drugs. They resort to sex, violence, alcohol, substance abuse. This young lady did not deserve that. She was beautiful inside and out. She had a promising future, a lot to look forward to. And this is our representative on the school board. This is a representative that said, that's not my daughter-in-law. They got divorced. I have nothing to do with it. But in reality, the blood of that young child, of that young woman, is all over her hands. I do not wish ill will on no one, but I hope God it comes down on her because you do not do that. Not. You lived your life, ma'am. You had a great career as a trooper, as a law enforcement. You had a great career as a school board member. Is it worth it? Is this position of power worth the loss of your daughter-in-law? How does your son feel about you? How does he feel knowing that you have an opportunity to step down and to give her the chance to live life, to earn a paycheck, to progress in life, to rise up the ranks, to have a family? That's the beauty of life. Yes, life is so horrible and miserable and full of pain. But we find love in children, in birth, in having a family, and having a partner that loves us, that supports us. And we go through struggles of life together. That's the beauty of life. This world is cold. This world is a jungle. If you do not have somebody by your side, it's very difficult. Very difficult. But Miranda Pena doesn't care. She didn't care. She doesn't care. She has this rabia for power, for greed, for attention. That is who is representing us on that school board, ladies and gentlemen. If she did not do this for her daughter in law, if she did not do this for her son, what makes us believe that she will do something for us, for you, and for your child? She is a piece of crap. And all those people that are defending her, you are a piece of crap too. How dare you say that the life of that young woman is meaningless? That whatever she did, and oh well. No. The blood of that young woman is all over her hands. And she talks about, oh God, oh, the love of Christ, oh, the blood of Christ. Really, Minerva Pena? Really, pinguina? You piece of crap. Again, 988. It is a suicide and crisis lifeline. Again, we understand that life's challenges, they can be sometimes very difficult. And we all struggle through different things. We have mental issues. We have emotional problems, emotional distress. Some suffer from alcohol or drug use. If you know somebody, reach out to them. Get them the help. Let them know that they value. Let them know that you care. Heck, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to punch, call me. I'll be your punching bag. I'll listen to you. I'll cry with you. I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to reassure you that you're beautiful, whether you're a man or a woman, and that you mean so much to us. This young woman did not deserve that. She had a lot to look forward to. She was excited that she just got this job. Imagine the guilt that she felt, the embarrassment, knowing that her mother-in-law had the opportunity to help her, and she didn't. Minerva Pena is a piece of crap. I am a concerned citizen. I have been vocal. I have been calling out individuals by their names. I am not scared. They want to silence me. They're trying to take down our page. I will not let them. I will not be silenced. You will not silence the voices of my victims, of the victims that are reaching out to me and saying, Farley did this to me 20 years ago. Trujillo did this to me back in 2016. I will fight for them. I will protect them. I will send them to the authorities to protect them and to take care of them and to bring justice. That is what I'm about. And what did Minerva do? She was taunting me. Oh, you're recording me. Oh, I'm a politician. Oh, okay. Oh, you want to record me? Ah, okay. Well, look, I'll record you. Ah, ha, ha, hey, ha, ha. Really, ma'am? You're going to go down on a sinking ship with Carlos Lizondo? Really? Really? Ladies and gentlemen, I am very thankful that each and every one of you give me an opportunity. I've come on from the beginning and I said, I will be the voice of the people if you let me. If you give me the opportunity that you gave Erasmo Castro, I will continue his legacy. If you let me, I will be here for my community. I will come on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. and I will shed light on these injustices. We want to empower the victims. We want to call out the bullies to their face and say, you will never do what you did again. And if that means that I take the brunt of it all, if I take it on the chin, if I get a black eye, so be it. I will do it with a smile on my face. I will not be silenced. You may try to take down my Facebook page. We got to grow some other way. That's why I ask of you, each and every one of you, if you haven't already, make sure you go to our YouTube page and subscribe, please. I don't ask much of my community. I really don't. I will never ask you for money, and I will never ask you for food. Well, maybe food. The only thing I ask of you, my community, is go and subscribe. Go to YouTube, create an account. We're found under Frankie Olivo TV. If my Facebook page goes dark, if they manage to take it down, if they try to silence me, I will come on YouTube under Frankie Olivo TV. I will never, ever use this mic to bully someone. I will never, ever use this mic to harass. There's a difference between Carlos and I. I give my face to my community. I have nothing to hide. I want to fight for Brownsville. I hope you understand and realize that I want to better Brownsville. I want to provide a better quality of life for our kids. We had a good life. I want them to have a better life. I hope you understand that I genuinely feel this way. I will not use this mic to weaponize, to target, to bully, such as Maggie, such as Carlos, such as the people, for the people. I will never do that to you, my people. Again, I am thankful of the opportunity that you gave Erasmo Castro. I feel indebted to you because you were good with him and you're giving me an opportunity, and I'm very thankful for it. I feel indebted to you. But we will call out bullies. We will call out those people that have genuine concerns and they try to silence. Minerva Pena was laughing at me. She was taunting me. She was saying, "Oh, Carlos Elizondo threatened you? Oh, you're calling out Rivera High School? Oh, let me record you. Ha! Oh, yes, yes, yes." That is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm dealing with. I've already been threatened with a lawsuit. I've already been threatened against my life. What's next? Are these individuals going to take down my Facebook? Are they going to take physical action against me? Possibility is real because they know who's throwing the rock. And you know what? I ain't scared, baby. And I won't back down. I'm a fighter. I learn from the best. And if that means that I have to go down on my shield, I'll be remembered forever. That is what I'm all about. Remember, kid, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. I'm sending nothing but positive vibes your way. Have a great life. Have a great weekend. Share it with your loved ones. Let them know that you love them. And if there's anything that you can do to help them, give them a hug. If you know anyone that is going through a difficult time in their life where they're questioning whether they should continue on with their life, seek them help. Give them a hug. Maybe I can help. I don't know. Thank you so much.